The New Hampshire High School Film Festival opened and closed its submissions recently, and a lot of students have sent in submissions. Those and much more are coming up on Night Watch. Hello, Kingswood. My name is Brody Fusco.
And I'm Tyler Jardins.
And let's just jump straight into the announcements.
First, let's get into the sports games that are coming up. Boys Varsity Baseball has a home game against Sanborn on April 25th at 4 p.m. Boys Varsity Lacrosse has a home game against Spalding on April 26th at 5:30 p.m. Girls Softball have a home game against Sanborn on April 25th at 4 p.m. And track and field has an away meet at Kennett on April 26th at 4 p.m.
Congratulations to the Athlete of the Week. A female athlete of the week is Amber Dolliver of girls tennis. Amber is a fierce competitor on the tennis court. She is also respectful of her competitors and is often heard complimenting them on good shots. Amber serves as captain of the team and does a good job on the team. Good job, Amber.
And our male athlete of the week is Quinn Lucas of boys lacrosse. Starting the preseason sessions to present, his enthusiasm and mentoring of fellow teammates is a perfect example of leadership that a coach hopes to see in veteran players. Quinn's dedication to growing the sport is evident in the time that he takes instructing the several new players in skills necessary to be an effective player. Good job, you two.
Congratulations to the Quiz Bowl, a team who played in this year's state finals after last Saturday's tournament at Oyster River. They will join seven other top-ranked schools in the New Hampshire Quiz Bowl League next month to compete for this year's state championships. Good job, you all.
And Thursday is Frisbee Day. Come join Mr. Burns and Mr. Gothier for a game of Ultimate Frisbee. They will meet after school in front of the Arts Center. Everyone is welcome.
Today is the last day prom tickets will be on sale, so make sure you purchase yours at lunch if you're planning to go.
Speaking of lunch, here is the menu for after vacation. On Monday the 2nd, it is chicken patties.
On Tuesday the 3rd, it is mozzarella sticks.
On Wednesday the 4th, it is spaghetti and meatballs.
On Thursday the 5th, it's cheese quesadilla.
And on Friday the 6th, it's pizza.
Now to Elliot with sports.
Y'all already know who it is. He did it. They called me a madman. Look, I'm not going to stretch this out. We got a lot of this stuff we got to do. Game one has only happened as of the time I'm recording this. But Jason Tatum hit a game-winning layup, and I literally did 7 backflips in my car. And Marcus Smart just so happens to be the greatest player in the history of the NBA. So that's going to do it for me, Kingswood. Yow!
Hello, everyone. I'm Keegan Quinn, and welcome to Dad Jokes. Here is my guest, Jared Brown. Are you ready to hear some dad jokes today, Jared?
Yes, I am.
All right, that's good to hear. All right. My mom said I should do lunges to stay in shape. That would be a big step forward. What did the pig say on the beach?
What did he say?
I'm bacon. What happens when you wear a watch on a plane?
What?
Time flies. Why don't pirates take a bath before they walk the plank?
Why?
They just wash up on shore. Yep. Which letter of the alphabet has the most letters? Oh, has the most water. My bad.
Which one?
The C. And my bonus joke of the week. Dear math, grow up and solve your own problems. Well, that's all the dad jokes I have for you today. I'm Keegan Quinn, and on to a less exciting segment.
Now, without further ado, let's get into the first annual Night Watch Film Festival.
Hi, I'm Scott Giesler, handsome and famous, if not rich, teacher from Lakes Region Technology Center and Kingswood Regional High School. You may remember me from such classes as movie making, television studio production, and how to balance your checkbook even though nobody's doing that anymore. We've got a great program for you today. It's the first ever Night Watch Film Festival. We'll be featuring 5 different films today, each submitted by students from Kingswood Regional High School and the Lakes Region Technology Center to the New Hampshire High School Short Film Festival, the acronym from hell. With each of these films was produced by students to be entered into that film festival, but we're pleased to be presenting them to you today. We'll also be taking some time to be talking to the directors and producers of each of those films before we show them to you, to talk a little bit about the behind-the-scenes work they did to make these films possible. Unfortunately, our first film of the day, which was produced and directed by Sage Nason, due to a scheduling conflict, we were unable to get Sage into the studio in time, so we're going to just jump right into our first film of the day. This is Kevin and Stan, directed by Sage Nason.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
You know, sometimes I just want to absolutely stalk you. Strangle you even.
I want to do the same to you, because you're incorrect.
No. You're incorrect.
No, dude, you're just wrong.
How am I wrong? It's a valid point.
The only point you're making is that you're an idiot.
How am I an idiot? I'm just saying that a regular pencil is better than a mechanical one.
No.
Yes. Give me one good reason why.
Mechanical pencils can make your writing look a lot neater.
Okay, any pencil can make your handwriting look neater, just don't have crappy handwriting.
Well, I don't have to sharpen mine.
I don't have to buy a lead
I don't have to lose mine after every class.
At least I don't sleep with a nightlight on.
Hey, scary things in the dark, okay? At least I got the high school grade on the math test.
Yeah, because you cheated. At least I got on the basketball
Listen,
team.
I don't have a mommy packing me lunches every day for school.
I have a mom.
Well, I have a dad.
Well, I have a grandma.
I have a dog.
That's it.
And hello everyone, my name is Scott Giesler. I'm the teacher of the multimedia program and movie making class. With me here today is Jared. Jared is the writer slash, we'll call you director of the film, because you did have some help, obviously, with your classmates. Who was that? Who helped you out there?
Lauren Prescott, Connor Hurlbert, and Keegan Quinn
Okay.
were my help.
So the first question I have for you is, how did you come up with the idea for this film?
It was sort of a short notice type of thing. I'm bad with deadlines and stuff, but I kind of just thought of like funny stuff I'd seen in the past, and I wanted something kind of comedic, and so I went along the lines of that and just kind of let it happen as it went. And I thought of the general idea of like a self-centered person, but it's like kind of funny.
Right. So I mean, out of all the scripts in the class, yours was one of the 2 that was selected, right? So, that's a feather in your cap right there. So working on short notice, you did pretty well. What were some of the challenges of putting the film together?
We definitely ran into some technical difficulties, especially our first day. We had some issues with like the lav mics and stuff like that, and we had to get used to setting everything up, and we picked a bit of a rough location to film at for sure. There was a lot of traffic, and we couldn't put like tape down or anything because it wasn't really our location we had control of or anything. So, and then just the usual, like if we messed something up along the way, like if somebody's mic wasn't on, or we just felt like a shot didn't go right or something, just the usual problems.
Yeah. And so you had some reshoots in there that you went out and did.
Yeah.
Editing process, is it a long one?
Kind of. I mean, it was over the span of like a week, and I would say it was kind of long. Not like, I'm sure there's a lot longer that could have happened. But,
Sure. This is the first film you've ever produced?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
I did. I enjoyed it a lot, actually.
Great, great. Well, we're really pleased with the results, and we're happy to present it now. So this is Alex and Stefan. Enjoy.
So, how was your vacation?
It was actually really bad.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome.
Okay, fine. How was yours?
Well, now that you ask, it was actually really amazing.
Oh, really? Why?
So I was at my aunt's house, and when I got closer, I realized there were tickets. Tickets to Universal. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, sorry, did I cut you off before?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I broke my leg.
Jeez, man, that sucks. Did I ever tell you about the time that I broke my leg?
Ugh. Yeah, you did. Probably about 1,000 times.
Oh man, because it was really awful. I had never experienced such pain in my life. You know when your leg is like staticky, and it felt like that, but like time. So yeah, she basically had to push me around for a whole 3 months. Isn't that crazy? Hey Stefan, where did you go?
Hello, I am Scott Giesler, teacher for the multimedia program at the LRTC. With me here is Bella Kemper, who is the writer and director of The Farmer and the Crow. Bella, thanks for joining us. Let's just start at the beginning, as I've done with the other interviews. How did you get the idea for this movie?
I was thinking that maybe I should try doing something I haven't done before and write horror, since I really enjoy horror. It definitely sprung off of a memory that I had when I was little. It wasn't exactly how this went, but it was much more realistic than this, but it was still terrifying to my little brain. So, yeah.
Great. What would you say were some of the challenges of putting this project together?
Well, for one, I've never successfully done something like this before, so it was, there was a lot of challenges, new things coming up, working with a 4-year-old as an actor, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that for a second. Obviously she does very well in the film, very well, as do all your actors. How do you prep a kid like that when you have to go and shoot a film? What do you do?
Well, it definitely depends on the kid for starters, because my sister likes to play pretend a lot. She likes to pretend to be in movies. And also beforehand, I worked with her, seeing how well I could direct her with emotions expressing on her face, movement and such. And I also introduced her to the storyline and her lines beforehand as well. And it was just working with her, doing the separate clips and saying, do this for this clip, and things like that.
Right. Let's talk a little bit. There's a couple great, and I don't want to spoil it for the audience because they're going to see it in a minute, but there's a couple really great visuals within it. Where if you kind of know where I'm going here, and there's also really a lot of dramatic moments that you have to sort of create within there. A lot of that, done in production, post-production. To get some of the visual effects, what did you have to do to attain some of the looks that you got?
I had to experiment with equipment and figure out what works with what I was envisioning in my brain. Yeah, there was a lot of experimenting beforehand, and some of it was kind of winging it on the spot because I couldn't test it on the actual shooting site.
Then you hit post-production.
Yeah. Post-production was mostly sound effects and playing with the coloration of it to get it a little bit better, get it a little bit further than it was.
Right. In the end, happy with the results?
Yes.
Yeah. Great. Well, let's take a look at it now. This is The Farmer and the Crow, written and directed by Bella Kemper.
This book or this book? This one? Once upon a time, there was a farmer who worked on his little farm. He happily worked for many years without disturbance, until he started seeing a crow. "Hey, crow, get out of my crops," the farmer would yell. At first, the crow would fly away at the sound of his voice. But soon, the crow was no longer scared of the farmer. The crow would mock the farmer every day. Caw, caw! This made the farmer even angrier. Steaming, he tried to come up with a plan to get rid of the crow. He gathered some of his tools and got to work. He stuffed hay in his coat and pants to keep himself protected from the crow's sharp toes. "This is sure to scare off that crow," the farmer proudly said to himself. "It's okay, it's just a crow outside."
Come on, keep reading.
Okay, okay, just try to be quiet, okay?
Okay.
The farmer set out to confront the crow. He snuck through the shadows until he saw it. Slowly, as to not alert the crow to his presence, the farmer crept up on the crow. Then, as he was just about next to it, he jumped up and yelled, "Arr! Go away, crow!" "It's okay, Harp. It's only thunder."
But I saw the farmer. He was sneaking outside and he came to get me.
"That's only the shadows from trees outside. The farmer isn't real, okay? Plus, he's not scary. He's just trying to save his crops from the crows." "You want me to stop reading?"
No! Keep reading.
"Okay." The crow flew away from the farmer's scary appearance and yelled. The farmer patted himself on the back. "Ha! Take that, crow!" He turned to go back to his home when he heard flapping behind him. Lots of flapping. The farmer turned back to see a whole flock of crows. They were headed right for him. "Don't worry, it's just from the storm." It must be a power outage from the storm, right?
Lucy, what did you do?
But, Dad, it wasn't me. There were crows and a farmer and...
Shush! No nonsense out of you. You should know better not to scare your little sister like that.
Hello, I'm Scott Giesler. I am the teacher of the movie making class. With me today is Mr. Brody Fusco, who is the writer-director of the movie Power. And we're just going to take a few minutes to talk to Brody about his film. Brody, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
So let's kind of start at the beginning of this thing. How'd you get the idea for this film?
It just kind of came to me.
Yeah.
There's no... I can't really say because I'm not actually 100% sure. The ideas just kept coming. I just went with it, really.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of a neat idea. You've got a lot of visual effects in there.
Right.
You know, the lightning, the teleportation, all of that stuff.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about how you created those visual effects.
For the teleportation, none of that was 3D, but essentially I just rotoscoped Elliot, who plays the character Alex, out, so he's separated from everything else, and I made him fade away just in a more of an organic way, so just like masking him out, and then I just added some energy to that glow distortion. That as for the lightning, that was done in 3D, and now it's basically just a line with displacement on it, and just animated a bit so it actually moves.
Right. So we're using a lot of technical terms here. This is something. Visual effects is something that's a real passion for you.
Right.
Yeah, well beyond what we do in movie making class. This is something you do at home, kind of in your spare time. Did that drive the choice of story that you told here? Is your sort of your interest in visual effects?
Yeah. One of the things I wanted to do with the film is I knew I wanted to go into 3D.
Yeah.
I wanted to use CGI in it, so that did impact how I wrote it and what story I was going for.
Right, right. And it very effectively tells the story in there. The sound effects, the visual effects really do work very well with it. What were, what were some of the struggles you ran into in shooting the film? You know, if you had to do it again, what might you do differently, that kind of thing?
First off, shoot inside.
Okay, all right.
Shooting outside's a pain. And it's actually one shot, if you look very closely, it's a cut. And it's a shot during a fight scene where he teleports from behind the bad guy, from in front of him, then behind him. When it happened, I didn't anticipate it to be a problem. Instead of walking out of frame, first in place, Alex walked just looped behind him. And so when I cut him out, I just replaced that part with other footage behind him. He was still there.
Yeah.
And if I just used the back plate, which is just footage with nothing else in it, then Tyler, who played the bad guy, would be gone during that part.
Right.
So shooting inside to begin with, and making sure I either shoot them separately or have them move out of frame during that part.
Right.
Right.
Okay. So this is a big interest of yours. What's next for you? You're a senior. You're graduating. What are you looking to do?
I'm looking to get into college specifically for visual effects and get into working in the industry for it.
Right. What kind of programs did you use, by the way?
I used Adobe After Effects for like the compositing plus the teleportation. I used Premiere Pro to edit, and I used Houdini for the CGI.
Right, right. Very effective. Very effective. Took a lot of different layers. So, well, thank you very much for joining us, Brody. Been a pleasure. And congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I won. You were behind me by an inch.
At least I got the best power.
What, you think lightning is better than teleportation?
Ow! Ah! What? What the hell?
What? Let's find out.
You're mine! You're mine! Jessica, come on now.
Yeah, you better run!
So, Jessica, am I right?
Who are you? How did you...
Sam. Nice to meet you.
You're mine, Jessica.
Mind if I cut in? Jessica?
Yeah.
Alex, do you maybe want to...
Go out sometime?
Sure.
Guess what?
What?
I just used my powers to save a girl from being assaulted.
Really? I just used my powers to save a girl from being kidnapped.
Did she have a bun and roses on her Vans?
Yeah.
Oh my god. As if she'd say yes to you. You'd be lucky if you even got a date. A second date, for that matter.
Okay, if there's anybody here getting a second date, it would be me. You screw up the second you get a first date.
Okay, you're on then. Allow me.
All right, where have you always wanted to go?
Hawaii? Why?
I want that off, don't you?
Yeah.
messed that up. I only missed by 7 miles. How did you two even get these powers? We got bit by a bug.
Well, that was awesome.
Yeah, do you maybe want to...
Do this again?
Nah.
Okay.
Not really.
Not losing that bet.
What?
Long story. Yeah, this makes no sense. You can go. I don't even know why I tried. God, I hate tying knots.
There you are. Don't return my calls, why don't you?
Your aim sucks.
You're gonna make me special. Either that or kill me.
Hi. Ah! Sorry. You know we're the bad guys now, right?
Should we turn ourselves in?
Not so fast. You're mine.
Why are you so possessive?
Daddy issues.
You know what? Forget I asked. Actually, that does make a lot more sense, come to think of it. Where did he go? John? Where'd he go? Where'd you go? John?
Why are you so hard to kick?
Why do you suck so bad at aiming?
I'm right-handed, okay? And I can only shoot with my left hand. Shut up!
Get the hell out of here, John.
Screw you guys, I'm out of here.
We will now be called the...
No. Come on.
Fine.
We're not gonna be that
Panoramas.
corny.
The Panoramas? Panic at the Disco.
No.
YMCA.
No.
The Fire Department.
No.
The Peacock Feathers.
That's not bad.
True.
Hello again, I'm Scott Giesler. I am the teacher of the movie making class and multimedia, etc. But with me today is the current man of the hour, Ty Desjardins, here, who is the writer and director of Railway Cruise. Ty, thanks for joining us.
It's fantastic to be here, really.
Cool. So let's talk a little bit about your film. Kind of a different approach to filmmaking than what we normally see in the class and submissions to the film festival. You're working with models. And model trains, model figures, etc. Where does this idea come from?
Well, since I was a kid, I always liked to show Thomas the Tank Engine. You know, that's really my biggest inspiration for filmmaking in general, and that's kind of where, oh my God, I'm cracking my voice. I'm ill as we're recording this. But that's really my bread and butter. And, you know, since I still have a decent sizable collection of that kind of stuff, figured, you know, I'll use that to my advantage and make something that I think would be kind of fun, full original story, original characters, all that.
Right.
You know?
It's very cool. It's got a very sort of family-oriented atmosphere to it, which is, you know, sometimes a little rare with high school students, and it was kind of a nice breath of fresh air. Talk to me about putting this together, because obviously you've got a lot of very specialty items within the production. You've got trains, you've got figurines, you've got sets, you've got models, all of that. How does that, what's the process to get all that to happen?
Well, first off, actually making the figures. So See, what I did there was I took a little stick of balsa wood, cut it to my size that I would want, like parameters and all that. I layered the actual, piece with clay, drilled in holes for the sides for the arms and the legs, so at least the arms could be, articulated. And then the legs there, I covered all that in clay, so it looks, more even, because toothpick legs would not really suit this, I don't think. Then I just sculpted the head on top of it, baked all that up, so it's hard, good to go. Painted that and just hoped that they stood properly.
Yeah.
That was honestly one of the biggest issues.
Right. So you've got a lot of practice with working with models. Built a whole miniature set at your house, right? Which you constructed, I think, at the beginning of this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like in October, I think.
Right. What was the hardest part of this process?
Probably figuring out how the figures were actually going to move on screen.
Yeah.
In the end, I just ended up keyframing it, so they just moved.
You animated the movement, kind of thing. Yeah.
I think it works pretty well. If I had more time and didn't procrastinate, I would have liked it to be sort of to do kind of stop motion, because I feel like that would have been a little fun. But but I'm still proud of how that ended up looking.
Yeah, there's a lot of challenges there because you're trying to create motion from these still items. In some cases, you're using other techniques besides keyframing to get items and engines to move. There's some challenging shots in there, which the audience will get to see in a minute. All works out, kind of ties together rather marvelously. Just visually, it just kind of works out really, really well. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for talking with us. And now we're going to take a look at Railway Cruise by Ty.
Let's take a gander. Yahoo! Yeah!
Ugh, I can't believe it.
We should have expected this. They never help out with anything.
Hello, lowlifes.
Now, where were you two?
Getting our engine repainted. Where else?
We need to keep it looking sharp as possible. Not that you two know anything about that, with your little rust bucket over there.
Now, what about that goods train you said you're going to help with?
Oh, that doesn't matter. You got it there, didn't you?
I bet you couldn't last in a race with our engine.
Wait, what?
Ha! Really?
Alan, we really shouldn't be...
Yeah, I bet we could even beat you by going down the old wooded line. Whoever gets to the next station first wins. And the loser has to do the winner's work for a week.
You know what? You're on. We'll meet you at the end of the yard tomorrow at 9 sharp.
Sounds good. See you then.
Alan, what the heck are you doing? That is probably the stupidest idea that you've ever come up with.
Oh, don't worry, Timmy. I've got a plan.
Which is?
Do you know Craig?
Yeah, he works in the yard, doesn't he?
With an engine identical to ours?
Yes. Wait, Alan? No.
Alan, yes.
I really don't know.
Come on, it'll be fine.
I guess I really don't have a choice here, do I? Fine. Let's do this.
You won't regret this.
Ready to lose?
I should be asking you that.
But you didn't, did you? Ready, set, go!
Hey, Craig, are you there?
Yup. Hey, Timmy. Hey, Alan. How you two doing?
Fantastic now that you're here.
Come on now. We don't have much time for pleasantries. Right. Follow me. The car's just on the other side of this bush. Alright. Drive about a mile down the road and you'll find it.
Thanks. Now quickly bring our engine back and put it in the sheds. We can't have John and JJ seeing it.
Right. Sounds good. You did tell him to go through the east entrance, right?
Pretty sure I did. Let's go.
As I thought.
Nowhere to be seen.
What?
Meet our dust. Ha, take that.
I don't understand. How did...
Impossible.
I guess your engine isn't all it's cracked up to be. Now get out of here. There's a goods train with your name on it.
Fine. Come on, JJ.
I can't believe that worked. I spoke too soon.
I knew something was fishy about your victory. You used this other engine to win the race.
Ugh, why didn't you go through the east entrance?
You never said to.
Alan, you said...
I'm out of here. And I'm taking my engine. Later, bozos.
How could you? Is it because you know your engine isn't as good as ours?
Well, if you two didn't brag so much, I wouldn't have challenged you in the first place.
Well, that's just a silly thing to...
Will you three please just be quiet? Look at yourselves, arguing like little children. Listen, I agree that this race was a silly idea, but that doesn't matter now. What does matter is getting the yard back into working order. So why don't we all just work together and get that done?
I suppose that's a good idea. Where should we start?
By getting a crane. You two go and get that, and we'll make sure everything is secure. Deal?
Deal. Let's get started.
Now look at that. We really can do something if we work together.
I suppose we can. Listen, we're sorry for not helping you yesterday. It wasn't right for us to bail on you two like that.
And I see why you challenged us to begin with us bragging about our engine all the time and all.
Well, thank you. It means a lot.
Yeah, it does. Hey, do you think we should actually try to race, or...?
No, please, stop talking.
Okay. Good grief.
That'll about do it for us here in the first ever Night Watch Film Festival. Hopefully not the last ever Night Watch Film Festival. Thanks for joining us. Now back to the desk.
And that was the end of our submissions. I am Brody Fusco.
And I'm Tyler Desjardins.
And have a good vacation, Kingswood.